Welcome to SipNoTech. I'm Alex. How you doing? October 9th, 2018. This is a huge day, the third consecutive year in October that we've had a Made by Google event. Very exciting if you're an Android user. It is basically the day for a flagship Android to kind of see where the hardware space for Android is going to evolve to, because Google is basically the Apple and Microsoft. When you have proprietary hardware from the company that makes the software, it's always a big deal. So it's very exciting on this day. And there's a lot of new products that are out today or announced today. Some of them you can't order yet, like the Pixel Slate, unfortunately. And I'm going to tell you guys some thoughts that I had while watching that live stream, and certain things that I was excited about that I might not be excited about now, or certain things that I wasn't excited about that I'm really excited about now. So, okay, let's just go through the website right now. Okay, so website right now is all updated. I already purchased some things already, and I'll tell you guys which ones I have purchased. The new Made by Google store, the Google store that you can purchase things from, looks like this now. And you see the slate of new products, no pun intended, there is a slate there. In the Pixel 3, you got this Home Hub in the Chromecast, the new Chromecast, which they didn't even, I don't even remember them touching it on it. And this was leaked. All of these were leaked. This was actually purchased prior to it being announced. Some people were buying it in like Best Buy. Best Buy apparently accidentally put it on shelves already, so that was a very awkward thing that would happen. But yeah, let's start with the biggest thing here, the Pixel 3. So I already pre-ordered the Pixel 3, 64 gigabytes. We got it in the not pink color. Anytime you have a different color, you kind of want to buy one to try to see how it looks like. So Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL were announced. Basically, all the leaks were exactly on. Actually, they were exactly on. There was nothing that we didn't know about the Pixel 3 going in. There was that whole notch for the Pixel 3 XL. No notch on the Pixel 3 itself. Has USB-C charging. This new color here, this pink, they call it not pink. I really do like the accented power buttons. The Pixel 2 also had that with the mint color. But yeah, I really do enjoy that. You see that green was just so pretty. So I never was a huge fan of the XL. I think that's a little too big. A lot of people do want that size, though. We've migrated to a point where it's just a lot of big phones. So the difference between the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL should marginally be just the screen size. And we'll touch into that a little further along once we get our unit as well. But as you can see, one thing I do appreciate about the Pixel design, and I know a lot of people are very disappointed with this particular design. It's not much of an update compared to the Pixel 2, not drastically different, but I really enjoy the lens on the back. So the camera is terrific, and Google has done a great job of making a terrific camera inside your Pixel 2 and your Pixel 2 XL without a camera hump. Like, we've seen the iPhones for years now with camera humps. We've seen other phones with camera humps. And we've also seen some nice designs like this Essential phone, which does not have a camera hump, but the camera sucks on the Essential phone. What Google has been doing with not only the Pixel 3, but the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 1, no camera humps, or just a little ring around it, but not a real camera hump. Terrific image quality. So Google has done it. I mean, that's very important to me, at least. And a lot of people, when they look at this design, they're going to say notch. They're going to say not much difference between this and the Pixel 2, and they're going to slam the design. I think this is overlooked, understated how efficient that design is. And then we have also improved Google photo capabilities, where you can take photos with certain things. I think they'll have a slide on there. What else? Fast charging, adaptive battery. This is Android 9. It has wireless charging. So the first time on a Pixel device, they actually have a proprietary charging stand, which we're going to take a look at too. But it does have wireless Qi charging now. Really cool. Last time we had that was, I think, on the Pixel... Oh, no, not sorry, Pixel Nexus 4, I believe. Samsung Nexus was the last one to have it. Oh, wait, no. Maybe. I got to fact check that. I forgot. One of the, Nexuses were the last time we had it, though. Okay, so Google Assistant, they showed off some interesting features like spam calling, and they can verify if it's a spam caller and decline the call for you. certain things like that. Really interesting stuff. We're going to get our hands on it, and we're going to try it all out. So we get a lot of spam calls, especially during election season. Midterms are coming up. You're going to get a lot of spam calls. So it'll be interesting to test that. And there you go. This is what it was talking about. Let Google Assistant know who's calling and why. And right now it's screening a call from, I guess, a spam caller. Hi, the person you're calling is using a screening service from Google and will get a copy of this conversation. Go ahead and say your name and why you're calling. Hello, you've been selected for an all-expenses-paid trip to Hawaii. Book your free trip. Press 5. So, yeah, if you're one of those people who are really into privacy, this might not be the phone for you. Actually, any Google product might not be the product for you. But if you want convenience and stuff, this might be pretty cool. I'm interested to test it out. Let's see. This stuff is more Android 9 than anything. You don't really need to know that. We got a lot more of this like virtual Google Lens stuff. We've seen some of this before. The Pixel 2 has also had it during the Star Wars movie launch. They also had a lot of the AR stickers and stuff. So we do have that playground things. Yeah, we don't really need to talk about that. Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. So they have the exact same colors. Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL do not have unique colors for those units. We have the white, we have the black, which we've had before in previous years, and we have this color. So no more blue, and we don't have the dual tone, so no black and white mixture, which I thought was a really cool color last year. So unfortunately that is gone now. So let's see. Let me just show you guys the pricing as well. All right, so starting at $799 for the Pixel 3 and $899 for the Pixel 3 XL, you see the screen size difference, 5.5 with front-facing speaker, bezels, and 6.3 for the XL. Let's click on it and see the pricing. So you can get it from only Verizon in terms of carriers in the United States. You can also get it on Project Fi. However, for AT&T and T-Mobile and basically any unlocked network, you can still use it. You can still purchase it unlocked. So just black, clearly white, not pink. All the prices for the colors are the same, so you're not paying a premium for a color. I already have this purchase, but $799 for 64 gigabytes and $899 for 128. And of course, there is no SD card support, micro SD card support. You can also do your trade-in. So I actually did this option 2 to check it out. The Pixel 2 in good condition is $300 credit for that phone. So $300 for Pixel 2 says get up to $400 back. I'm assuming the highest storage, the Pixel 2 XL, will probably fetch you that, or like a new Samsung, because they do allow you to use Samsung or Apple phones. So like a Galaxy S9 Plus, let's say T-Mobile. Let's see how much they think. 310. So yeah, I don't know what they appraise 400 for. Maybe an iPhone. But yeah, so that's how much it costs for the Pixel 3. Now let's go back. Can we pre-order the Pixel XL? There we go. Pixel 3 XL. Same options here. Unlocked. Let's do clearly white. 128 gigabytes is $999, so $1,000 starting point. And that's the same as the iPhone XS for those of you who compare those. And 64 gigabytes is $899. So this is a little pricey. One thing interesting that I do want to note is, so Lita is going to be using the Pixel 3. She is our resident Pixel user because she kind of stole it from me. I reviewed the first generation Pixel and I loved it, but she has since taken over review duties of the Google products. But if you look at the pricing, since we haven't clicked on black, 64 gigabytes is $799, right? So $800 starting point for the Pixel 3. The iPhone XR, which is coming out in a couple of weeks in late October, that is a starting point supposedly at $749, so $750. So it's $50 cheaper for the iPhone XR. So it's going to be a really unique battle between the iPhone XR and the Google Pixel 3. I'm going to purchase the iPhone XR, so we're going to have both of these devices. It's going to be great if you guys want to see those videos of us comparing them, both the camera, performance, etc. Leave a comment in the section below. Yeah, see what we want to test out. we definitely want to check that out. But we got a lot of other stuff to check out here as well. So if you get your Pixel 3, Snapdragon 845, by the way, so no new in between flagship processor like they used to do in previous years. We have a Snapdragon 845 for both the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. Anyway, so for the Google Pixel stand, we have wireless charging once again on a Google branded phone. We haven't had that in a while. And this is unique because it is a $79, $80, it's an $80 Pixel stand, wireless Qi charging stand. And it's great that the Pixel has wireless charging. I mean, that's something we've missed for a while. But one thing that's unique about this is Google Assistant on your phone has been terrific, right? And now we're seeing the smart hubs and the Google hubs and the Google Home Minis and stuff like that invading your home. And so what this effectively does is kind of what Alexa has been doing, or what what Echoes have been doing with the.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I shouldn't have said that. I regretted saying that instantly. What I wanted to say was they're not called Echoes. They're called the Amazon tablets. What are they? The Fire Tabs, right? So Fire Tabs now have that whole stand that you can use to connect it and make it into like a dock mode. So it looks like an Echo. It looks like an Echo Show, and it actually displays your information. Well, this stand, this wireless Qi charging stand, basically does that with Google Assistant, with the whole Home Hub that we're gonna check on in a minute. This essentially does that with your phone. So this not only charges your phone, but it also displays your alarms, certain things that you might need, your calendars, and you can talk to your Google Assistant. So that's one thing really unique. And they also have like this Photos, Google Photos, which is, in my opinion, one of the best Photos apps out there in any store. You can use, it synergizes, and you can see your pictures as like a wallpaper. So for those of you who like seeing yourself on your phone, this is it. Nest integration. So your Nest Hello, the doorbell, you can actually just see it on your desk stand. So see, I have this Lamicall S1 stand that you can get on Amazon. You see this a lot of people use it for your phone. So I have this on my desk here, and what the Pixel stand kind of does is it replaces that. Not only does it replace it as a stand, it also charges your phone wirelessly, and it basically can hold up your phone for $80. It's a little expensive for a Qi charging stand. However, if you're integrated with Google, something like this, people probably buy it. And then we'll check this out really quick too, because I think this is pretty nice. This is a Pixel 3 case. We also have this for the Pixel 2. Terrific case. I really like this fabric style case. If you're not into like a plastic or gel case, this is a really nice one, but it also is pretty expensive, $40. We picked up the Pixel 2 one like 6 or 7 months in. It was in clearance at Target. So yeah, we got that for like $25, so you might want to wait for that. We also are going to get the Moment case. Lita just texted me. Moment sent out a mass email to all their customers. Of course, launch price. I think they're offering 20% off of the Google Pixel 3 wooden case. So we checked out these two. Let's take a look at the Google Home Hub. The Google Home Hub is basically an Echo Show competitor, and this has been leaked like crazy. We've all kind of understood what it was going to be, and we expected it. One drastic thing that I think this is much better than the Echo Show, and I'm a big fan of the Echo Show, by the way, is it has YouTube. So Echo Show had YouTube for like a good week, or 2 weeks, or I think a couple months actually. Yeah, I had it for at least a month. I think for at least a month. And then Google and Amazon had that whole scuffle, and then they pulled it from them. So all the YouTube services and Google services were pulled off the Amazon products, which is really stupid. We as customers pay for it. But the Google Home Hub is pretty affordable. I was pretty surprised by the price. It's $149. It's cheaper than the Lenovo Google Assistant Hub. And the only drastic thing that this is missing is a video camera. And the reason they're doing that, and at least the excuse that I've read, is that security. A lot of people are worried about security, especially when you have smart hubs and stuff like that can easily be hacked. The IoT, Internet of Things, is so susceptible to being hacked that people are worried that people, like hackers, can access your webcam on something like the Echo Show, on something like the Lenovo, or like the Facebook, the new Facebook thing with Alexa on it was just announced, and that's basically built for Facebook Messenger video chatting. And Facebook hasn't had the best reputation for security. They've been hacked over and over. What makes this different? Hardware. They can easily be hacked. Someone can access your webcam camera, like the one staring at me right now on my computer, take a look at me at any time when I'm changing, when I'm showering, etc. So this Google Home Hub doesn't have a camera, which is ironic because a lot of people are worried about Google and privacy. So this could help. In terms of what this can do, it can control your smart home just like your Google Home, those little Google Homes, or like the speaker. So yeah, it basically is a Google Home with a screen. And trust me, it makes a big difference. Like if you've used an Amazon Echo Dot or Echo speaker and you switched over to the Echo Show, you know what I'm talking about. It is a drastic difference. Same thing with the Echo Spot. When you have a screen on there, it does a whole lot more. It replaces your alarm clock. It replaces like a tablet that you might have next to your bed, because this can do a lot of that. You can pull up a quick video. You can see your commute, as you can see there. And you can also pull up your front door. So if you have like a Nest system, I do think this should be, don't quote me on this, I also need to review this. I will probably purchase this as well. But I do believe you should be able to link up most of your devices. So if you have, so they showed off the Nest Hello because of course Google owns Nest. But I do think that it should have integration with other products, just like the Google Home does. So like Amazon, you can use a whole range of products to link onto your Echo. I think this can do it too. So like I use Ring, I use Blink, a lot of Amazon branded products or owned products. I would love for that to work with this. It would be I would be very disappointed if it doesn't. But for sure it'll work with Nest. So if you're in the Nest ecosystem, this will work for you, of course. So yeah, that's starting at $149. The pricing is pretty good. When the Echo Show came out, and it wasn't even as refined as this, I purchased it for $220. I think it was like $220 launch price. So this is a very competitive price. That also compares really well with the Echo Show 2, and that I do think is a really nice refined product. But once again, the main difference is that that one can still do the drop-in video calls. This cannot. But Google integration is much more than Alexa's integration. Okay, she didn't wake up. I said her name again. I shouldn't have said it. So yeah, I am interested in this. I would not buy it right now. I would not pre-order it, because if history has any precedent, Google will always have a discount around Black Friday time. Like after this event last year, the Google Home had a pretty big discount around Black Friday. So I'm probably going to purchase one around Black Friday, and hopefully there's a discount. Okay, so Google Home Mini, I don't think anything changed there. Google Pixel Slate is the next big thing. So this is the one that I was going to purchase. I was really excited about. You cannot purchase it right now. So as you can see, I have leave wait list because I've already joined the wait list. This was something I'm going to purchase, and I was a little disappointed. We're going to talk about that in a bit. So the Google Pixel Slate is a Chrome OS tablet, just like the Acer Chromebook tab that we reviewed earlier, just like the HP X2, the Chromebook X2. HP also just announced another one. Actually, HP, yesterday there was a whole bunch of new Chromebooks announced. We'll cover that in a different video, but they wanted to get the jump on Google, and those are looking more and more tempting after this event. And the reason for that is the pricing starts at $599, and we're going to take a look at some of the pricing and the tiers of it in a second. But what makes this unique is that let's mute. One of the things that makes this unique is that the Google Slate has Chrome OS on it, and it's going to run the newest version of Chrome OS, which we took a look at with the Acer Chromebook tab. That's currently on the developer channel. But it's supposed to be more optimized for touch. And the thing is, the screen looks great. Almost all the Pixel books, well, there's only been one Pixel book, but what am I trying to say? The Chromebooks have always had really good displays, and I'm expecting this as well. But this time around, they have a keyboard attached instead of just having a full-on laptop like the Pixelbook. The Pixelbook is still going to be on sale. This is just the whole Microsoft Surface Pro competitor. And it looks interesting, and I do have to give it to Google for making this, because a lot of people have been talking about stuff like this on Chrome OS, and they're finally having something like this. They're not the first ones to do it. Once again, HP already beat them to the punch, but this is Google's take on it. It has front-facing speakers. They call it a molecular display now. So, like Apple, they're naming their proprietary technology or whatnot, and molecular display means nothing to me. It's 12.3-inch screen though, so it's a little bigger than the Pixel C, which is in the shelf back there. We've also reviewed that on the channel, and it's really interesting because on the Pixel C 3 years ago when I purchased it, right, and I reviewed it on the channel after like 8 months using it. And one of the things I said about it was I love the Pixel C. I love the feel of it. I love the design. It was very unique. It wasn't the most polished thing in the world, but it was very unique, very functional, very beautiful device. And the keyboard was terrific. I love the keyboard there. However, I did say that I wish it had a trackpad. I just felt like for productivity, and that's something that these two-in-one devices really want to pitch for you to do, is productivity. I think productivity, you really have to have a trackpad. That's one of the reasons why I never really liked the iPad Pro. I still felt like it was missing that productivity. And a lot of you guys commented saying, Alex, what are you talking about? Just use a Bluetooth keyboard. Just use a Bluetooth keyboard or Bluetooth mouse. Like, what's wrong with you? This is so simple. That's not the point. The point is portability, productivity. That's what we're going with these two-in-one devices. That's why the Surface Pro has been such a huge hit. That's why I felt like the Pixel C needed that. When you take it to an airport, right, and it's on your lap or you're on a plane, there's a lot of scenarios where you pull it out. Even at a coffee shop, when I go to Starbucks, I never use my laptop at Starbucks. Hypothetically, if I did, sometimes, you're only there for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. You don't want to bring out your full setup, your whole Bluetooth controllers and stuff, and mice and things like that. You don't need to do that if you can just use the trackpad for basic things. If I'm writing an article, I don't want to use a mouse. I just want to navigate quickly. And the touchscreen controls can do certain parts of that, but it's not as distinct. You have to do a touch, drag, this and that. Whereas if you had a trackpad, it's more traditional use. And so this time around on the Pixel Slate, it has it. The difference was the Pixel C was running Android, and Android isn't really meant for it. But now that Chrome OS is more leaning towards that touch-friendly thing, it does resemble Android a lot. What it does have for it, and I think it will be more successful this time around, is it still runs Chrome OS, which is a full desktop-style experience. Browser-based, of course, but still, Chromebooks have come a long way, and I really do like the design of Chromebooks and Chrome OS in general. And everything you love about Chrome OS, it being secure, it being fast, quick updates, that's all still here. So that's what they were kind of pitching here, take your work offline, multitask and collaborate like a pro. So that's why that trackpad is very important. Ironically, though, the trackpad is not included. And that's something that Google has done. Pixel C, that keyboard was not included as well. Also, yes, this also does have a fingerprint scanner at the top, so that's kind of like the Sony Xperia's back in the old days with the side fingerprint scanners, except this one's at the top, so it's a button, embedded button. And they also have this Titan M security chip, so security. A lot of tech companies are trying to add in the security stuff, and it's reassuring. I hope it's reassuring, at least. Let's see. So this is more just Chrome OS in general. We've already talked about this particular update. We've seen this update. We don't really need to do it. And that nightlight feature, come on. That's not something we need to pitch. That's something that's on a majority of devices nowadays. There's no need to pitch that. Pixel Book Pen also works here. This time they have the new color, this really nice looking midnight blue. I don't think it's worth the price that they're asking for, but the keyboard. Okay, so the pen is $99. We don't need to talk about the pen. It's the same pen, just a different color. The keyboard, though, $199. Pretty expensive. Backlit keyboards. It looks like not only is the lettering lit up, but the surrounding of it, the outline is also lighting up at a different color. So it looks like it has two different colors. I don't know yet until we get our hands on one. They also said that it's not very clicky or loud, so it's very hush style. Yeah, okay, cool. One thing I don't like about this is the folio. It's a folio keyboard, just like the iPad folio cases and things like that. I kind of wish Google would have stuck with their guns and kept that similar design to the Pixel C. I thought that was one of the coolest things in the world, and it was a great design. It was still sturdy, and I still have that 3 years later, and it still looks terrific. I just kind of wish that they would have stuck with their guns, kept with a design language. When people see something like that, they'll know that's a Pixel. That's a Pixel device. Same thing with the light bar. I wish they would have kept that. That's like a Pixel staple. Now the Pixel name is kind of irrelevant. It doesn't have that branding, you know? And this just it takes it further from it. It looks like an iPad. It looks like an iPad Folio. And I do understand that there's benefits to this, like having it be an automatic case. So for $199, you get a keyboard, you get a trackpad, and you have a case. Whereas, you know, if you buy everything individually, it might cost $200. Okay, no, it won't. It should be less. That $199 is a little bit expensive for this. It's pretty pricey. But the keys are also rounded, which is a first for a Google keyboard, as far as I can recall. Chromebooks. Yeah, the Chromebook Pixel and the Chromebook Pixel 2 did not have rounded keys, and the Pixelbook definitely did not have rounded keys. And yeah, this is the first one. We're gonna check this out to see if it really is effective. Google says they did surveys and did a lot of polling, and they said that rounded keys are more effective, or people think they are more effective. So yeah, that is the Google Pixel Slate and the keyboard. There's also a company called Bridge. They make keyboards for like the iPads, but they're also going to make one for the Pixel. And I am pretty excited for this one too. And this is supposed to be cheaper. There's a little clamp here, like a clamshell, and it kind of makes it look like a laptop. So I think this might be a better choice. You can flip it all the way back, depending on the build quality of this too. But Bridge is a pretty respectable brand. I'm going to purchase this, or I'm going to reach out to them, see if they can send me one too. But if not, I'm going to purchase this as well and compare it side by side with this. So for $50 more, you get this. For $50 less, you get this from a third party, but Google approved product. So the starting price for $599 is the Intel Celeron with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, or 8 gigabytes of RAM, 64. I think that will cost more money. They don't even put that price there. And then we have an 8th Gen M3 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, so no options of anything lower there, and it's $799. So this with the keyboard will be $1,000. Yeah. 8th Gen Core i5, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage is $999. Starting price with the keyboard, that's $1,200, which is basically the same price as the Pixel Book. So this combination with the i5 and the keyboard is the same price as the Pixel Book. That's fair. That is fair. I do have to say that is fair. Core i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage is $1,599. I don't recommend that one. I think this is really pricey for what it is. There are other Chromebook options with an i7 cheaper than that. Might not be this design or this flexibility, but I don't think that's worth the value. This here, the i5, when they announced it, I thought it was a little high. $1,000, $1,200 for this entire combination with the keyboard. That is what I paid for the Pixel Book. So when I think about it, I paid $1,200 for the Pixel Book. Okay, I get it. That's basically the same configuration. I understand. Price is okay. Core M3, $799. This one I'm a little disappointed in. I kind of don't want the Intel Celeron for $600. I feel like for $650 they should have just had the Core M3 with Heck, I'd even take 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. So I really wish they would have like 650 starting price with Core M3, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and 64 gigabytes of storage. I would have been happy with that, to be honest. That's very competitive with the HP X2, and I think this would be a great alternative to it. But at $800 starting price for M3, 8 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage it's a little high. I do suspect that this will be the most popular option for $1,000 with the keyboard. With an M3 that is very, very good for a Chromebook in general. Celeron, I'm not too big of a fan of the Celeron processors. They're effective and they're good, but $599 for a Celeron processor, I'm not too into that. I can get a Celeron processor on other Chromebooks for cheaper. So I do think this second one is the one I'm going to get, but I can understand the pricing for this third one. These are expensive devices for sure, but they're very unique, and I'm very excited for these devices. And yeah, it's just a weird thing. I'll touch on it on the full review, but yeah, that's about it. Those are all the new products from Google. Once again, I'm Alex with SitNode Tech. I hope this helped. Let me know what products you guys are thinking of buying. I'm very excited to check out a bunch of this. We're probably going to end up with almost all of these. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.